Hi, my name is Rich. I use the he, him pronouns, and you're watching my YouTube channel where I play amazing tabletop role-playing games with friends. This is part of Intercontinental Group of Awesome, my Sunday group, as I like to think about it, possessively. That is a weird gaming thing with my group, but the Sunday afternoon for me, evening for my European friends, Intercontinental Group of Awesome. We are continuing our play of Power Beyond Doubt. And unfortunately, the game's designer is in England right now for a convention. So, Jen, I hope you are enjoying yourself and having a really good time traveling abroad and doing gaming stuff. That's super cool. So let's go around the horn and remind ourselves of the players and also the characters that they're playing before we jump in to play a bit of PBD, the superheroes powered by the apocalypse game. I'm going to start from the left-hand side with our character keeper, heading towards the right. Sabine, if you could introduce yourself and tell us about your character.
Yeah, hi, my name is Sabine. I use any pronouns. I am playing Oscuro. His mundane name is Miguel Morales. He is basically Batman with a guitar. Yeah. His tragic backstory is that when he was giving a big rock concert, a mastermind took over the crowd and used them for nefarious purposes, and now he's out to find this mastermind and make them answer for their crimes. But in the meantime, he will also work with a network of other superheroes to bring some order to the city.
Fantastic. And next up is Alex.
I'm Alex. I use he, him, and I'm playing Blossom, who uses she, her, and she also goes by Blossom because that's her name. She was a student studying to be a nurse, specifically like xenobiology, but is now a giant 7 foot, 8 foot plant lady. And is a bit sad about it.
Thank you.
To varying levels.
We need the sad. We need to know that she is sad about it. And last but certainly not least, Tyler.
Hi there, I'm Tyler, he, him pronouns, and I am playing Professor Maxwell Mannheim, who is also Herd the Hunter. For Maxwell, while up in Wales studying a standing stone or Mayhew circle, stumbled upon Herd the Hunter, the mythological being, the master of the hunt, who came into his body, possessed him, and now they share this poor professor's frame. And Herd is out to hunt down miscreants and bring justice and vengeance. Probably a little more vengeance than justice, but and Maxwell is trying to contain this vengeful force to varying amounts of degrees of success.
That is wonderful. So those are the 3 player characters that we have in this session of Power Beyond Doubt. At the beginning of our issue, the first thing that we see is, and by the way, I changed my background. This is a cartoonized version of Miami's coastline. I thought that was cool since we're using Atlantica City based off of, I like this. That's lots of cool kind of stylized. Anyway, we begin. The very first shot we have is of the coastline looking out onto the ocean. But clever eyes see that there are people running from the beach. And then there's several panels of folks evacuating the beach. Beach is running in panic. There's a lifeguard up on one of the, Miami's known for these fanciful lifeguard areas that they're done in these bright, vibrant colors because neon colors are huge in Miami. We see one person standing there. He's like, everyone evacuate the beach, evacuate the beach. And then the next panel, flip the page, right? The dramatic reveal. We see what looks like a rising up from the water. Like the first imagery might remind you of the old Legion of Doom from Super Friends cartoon, the look of the Legion of Doom. So it's like this huge yellow, but yellow with a great deal of patina, as if this may be rising up from the ocean depths. This gigantic helmet with this huge robotic red eye, and then there are these two horns, but they're metal, coming up from the side, and that comes up and we see all the water cascading down from it, and it rises up and keeps rising up. This thing is titanic in size, and we see the foot rising, the shadow cast down on the last few people, and then it slams into the beach, sand sprays everywhere, and then we cut to who's the first on the three of you are near each other. I'm just curious, who's the first onto the scene to deal with this out of left field threat to Atlantica City?
I'm just going to say Blossom does not go to the beach.
So you are traveling towards the beach.
I mean, once she sees it on a TV screen or something, yeah, police helicopter, news helicopter imagery.
Do we see Blossom maybe eating some takeaway from Ulu's that she got someone else to pick up for her, and she's being sad about it and sees that on her phone? Is that good? Do you like that?
She's looking up like on Reddit, looking up cute videos or something of thing, and then she just gets like a notification, you know, because she's got a few set up. And yeah,
nice.
I suppose Hearn could be first on the scene flying in, but daylight not his friend. So
no,
when he sees this thing rising, there's sort of a not delighted that he's having to take it on in the broad sunny daylight.
Nice. It is over halfway out of the water and continuing inexorably to move towards the beach and sand when you first reach this Hearn. And then Oscuro or Miguel, how are you introduced into this sequence?
I think Miguel might actually be quite close, maybe coming from a meeting with his therapist or something, but he has to change.
And guess what? There are no telephone booths anywhere anymore. They're all gone.
But the thing is, what is his costume is basically motorcycle gear, so we can just stand next to his motorcycle and gear up really fast. So, but it still takes some time.
All right, fantastic. So Hearn, you're the first on the scene, and now I thought this was a fun picture, so I will share with you. I did scrape out the background because the background would be distracting, but there you go. This is the Titanic robot that stands almost 100 feet, which, by the way, let me just say, stands almost over 30 meters tall. I have a converter that we use so that we can talk measurements together. Yes, so this thing is humongous, and it is approaching Miami. It's approaching Atlantica City. Why do I keep saying that? Atlantica City, and it does not speak. It has not issued any demands. No one knew this thing was coming, and we see Hearn coming towards it. What do you do, Hearn?
I think as I fly towards it, there's probably the resounding sound of Hearn of mechanical miscreant. This city is under protection of Hearn the Hunter. Return to your watery depths or be destroyed.
Nice. And what we see is the thing turns its head to regard you, and then you see the iris, like it's huge, right? It twists a little bit, and then boom, there's this huge red beam that comes out, and then we see inside the beam is the silhouette of Hearn as this thing just straight up attacks you. I want you to, oh gosh, what is our withstand a powerful blow? I
Isn't
can't
it?
remember.
Isn't it that?
I think
I hope so.
That's exactly the name of the move. Yes.
Yes, I'm good at weather a blow.
Right.
Damn it, I was close.
Oh.
Weather a blow, roll with the absolute value of trust or confidence, whichever is furthest from 0. And you want to roll low on this one.
Can I roll my start of session?
Of course you can. Please roll that first.
All right.
And if you roll low, you can't say, no, that was my weather a blow.
All right. So rolling with power. So +1. Rolling. Oof. I rolled terrible, so I have a something coming after me. With my 6 or lower, I get 1, but let's see, what's it say on a miss? Hold 1, but someone has a dastardly plan just for you. So I have 1, and there's a dastardly plan. Darn it.
Writing it down. Dastardly plan.
Okay, so weathering a blow. I will now roll that. Now it's when I'll get a big, huge roll. Well, I rolled a 7. And I don't think there's any additions on this one, is there?
It is.
Oh, it's trust or confidence.
Exactly. So if you have trust or confidence above 0 or below 0, you roll with that absolute value.
I have a 1 and a -1.
Okay. Then you roll with 1. So you have a +1, which means it's an 8.
It's an
same
8.
result for you, and that's a-okay. So let's take a look at our 7 to 9 options. I wanted to drop in the cool giant robo picture into our NPCs folder because it makes me happy. All right. So with weather or blow on 7 to 9, you must choose one of the following. A foe gains an opportunity. The MC shifts one of your tracks by 1, or you lose a relevant touchstone.
I think I'm going to go with a foe gains an opportunity. That makes sense to me being
wonderful.
blasted.
That is wonderful. And per the wonderful MC rules, when an NPC acts with advantage, they can be better protected. They can get more determination, which is like a villain's hit points, or sets them perfectly for a follow-up action. And yeah, I think I will choose one of those. Oscuro, you have finally put together your motorcycle outfit, which is the get up for Oscuro. And you come onto the scene, looking up to see Hearn engulfed in this red beam from this 30-meter tall behemoth robot.
Oh, that looks not great.
Now, let me ask you a question, Oscuro.
Sure.
Back when you were but a young teen, working with the Shepherd Academy in Atlantica City, you and the heroes who now call themselves Next Level faced this very robot and sunk it in the ocean, defeated it.
Wow.
What was your part in that humongous battle?
I think my part in that humongous battle, considering that I didn't have a lot of powers back then, and that was before, I think my part was mostly getting people to safety.
Oh man, that's cool. I love that because that's heroic. I love that. That's fantastic. So you did not defeat this thing, but you were part of those who did.
I might have yelled some insults at it.
Oh, I like it. Good stuff. Well, now it appears it may be up to you to do something.
I would like to roll to assess the situation, or maybe remember what the others said that they did that disabled.
Ooh, that's cool. We could even like have flashback assess the situation.
Yeah,
that sounds wonderful. I love it. When you assess the situation, roll plus genius. This is a confidence aligned move.
Okay, cool. So I have confidence 0, and so I roll just with genius, but I am some of that. And I need dice. see how it goes. It's a 6.
Oh,
Doesn't go too well. But since I am a master of observation, I can ask an additional question no matter what the roll result.
fantastic.
So yeah. So I will overlook something probably, or something bad will happen because I rolled 6. But I will I think I will ask.
You may ask whatever question you want if you let the MC shift one of your tracks by 1.
I don't want that. Actually, my tracks are bad enough as it stands. I will but I will ask how could we best end this quickly, because this has ended before. So I think that will roll into this. And I get an XP on a fail, right?
Yes, you do.
Cool.
So you remember during the time that the hero is now known as Next Level, that Tempest, Kalisha Okiro, with her weather powers, she was able to strike with lightning the green gem in the middle of this gigantic robot. And you even notice that the gem itself is cracked. So that is the best way to end this quickly, is to strike that and destroy it and whatever machinery is behind it. But you did fail. So let me look amongst my MC's moves. And I think what I'll do is shift one of your tracks down as you realize, oh, you did nothing to take this thing down. It shatters a little bit of your confidence, and your confidence will go from a 0 to a -1.
Cool.
0.5 meters. You're right. 30 and a half meters. That half meter means a lot, guys. Thank you for calling me on that, Alex.
Blossom fails to be accurate. Yeah, I mean, I ditched my what could be noodles. I mean, noodles tend not to need a metal container, but
drop it.
Yeah, whatever it is. I mean, Ulu's told me. I don't know what it is. Still, we don't have the same words. Yeah, I think I'm doing the jump, the Hulk leaps from structurally sound building to structurally sound building, and trying to text on my oversized phone as I go. Like, is anyone else seeing this? As I'm going, and I'm trying to get there quick.
Sweet. Blossom, as you're traveling, you're quite a ways away, right? Because if we remember the the conversation we had about where Ulu's was, which was in Little Mars, and the beach itself, you've got to cross from rooftop to rooftop, then either go across the channel or the bridge. So there's no way you can get to save them. And you send out that text, then a blue portal opens up at the end of the rooftop where you land, and Blue Orchid, your friend and fellow teammate, sticks his head through and says, "Why are you all the way over here?"
I don't teleport. Is that?
Come on. He reaches his hand out for you. What do you do?
I take it and barrel through.
Let me ask you a question, Blossom. Have you ever been through Blue Orchid's portals before?
No, but I mean, he does it all the time, so.
Exactly. So he takes your hand and you step through. And when he pulls you in, you immediately feel weightlessness. He does not seem to, he seems to be standing on something solid around in this area between. it's this odd purple with these weird colored stars. And there's a low humming.
This isn't the beach orchid.
Just a moment. And he's moving slowly, but he doesn't seem to realize he's moving slowly. You see another portal opening up, maybe 5 meters away. But he's moving just like centimeters.
And
he's trying to pull you through.
It's slow to me.
He seems to be moving very slow to your perception. Yes.
So we go through that portal.
And he turns. Starts to nod. And the humming starts to get louder. And you see those weird colored stars start coming forward, and you realize that they're on stalks of some kind, and they're reaching.
I've seen speedsters, so I'm like, okay, I put my hand behind his neck to cradle it, and I'm like, sorry, Orchid, and I.
All right.
I kind of run towards the exit, kind of trying not to make his spine.
Oh, that's very thoughtful. I think you're trying to wield your powers with purpose to shift the situation.
Yeah.
Okay, that is a confidence aligned move. Your confidence is a 0 now. You are rolling with power. Your power is a 1.
Yes. I will roll a 9.
A 9er. Awesome. You are rolling with a 9. Do you want to?
I'm not. I don't think I can't remember exactly the triggers, but I definitely am not trying to smash through scenery or intimidate, frighten anyone, which I know can adjust my.
Okay, cool. And we have touchstones. You can spend one for a +1 if you wanted to, but I don't know. Do you have any touchstones that you could?
No, I don't think I do.
You really need to find that blank from the question mark quarter who holds your infection sacred. I think we have defined it. We just need to update the details. Okay, cool. Then that is a mixed success on a 7 to 9 with wield your power. On a hit, you choose 1. And on a 10+, you choose 2. So you still get to choose one of those. What would you like? Take hold of something vulnerable to you, which I would call your escape. Create something useful from your environment, or neutralize an opponent or threat.
I mean, maybe this is counted as neutralizing a threat, at least for now. Like, is that noise buzzing always in there? I don't know. But yeah, I'm
okay. You step through the portal holding Blue Orchid by the back of his head so that you don't snap his neck as you move through quickly. And the portal closes behind. And when it does, you hear this sound, and you see one of those tentacle stalk things just wriggling on the ground. And also you see 30.5 meter tall robot towering over and is moving towards a building right now, and just puts his giant clank, starts to twist it, kind of like somebody would, twist a stop sign or something. What do you do?
Orchid, is that all?
We've got to take that down.
I've never done robots.
You can hit them as hard as you want. It's the best.
Okay. I take low, you take high.
Okay.
That sounds like a thing people say.
We've done it now.
Okay. And I'm going to just run at one of the legs as hard as possible and throw my shoulder into it.
Awesome. And he flies up in the air, and he's starting to head toward its head. Oscuro, you were assessing the situation. It made you feel bad, but still not quite as sad as Blossom, but close. But while assessing the situation, you see the portal of Blue Orchid, and Blossom and Blue Orchid appear. Blue Orchid flies up into the air, and you see Blossom heading to try to tackle this thing.
I will try to let them know that they are supposed, and her too, that they are supposed to hit the green gem that will defeat it. Can I do that without wielding my powers, or do
Sure,
I?
you're just
Okay.
giving information. That's totally cool.
Okay,
You just need to do the Avengers thing of like pointing at your ear, and then we know that you're on some kind of communication system that everyone can hear, despite where you are.
I have sound spirits. I can just send one at each of them. So
Wait a second. Are you saying you're better than the Avengers? I'll take it. Awesome.
I am an Avenger. It's my playbook. So
True. I like the Avengers so much I became
She
one.
is the Avenger,
The Avenger.
technically. Well,
As long as it's not an Endgame, we're good. If we're Endgame, that would be bad and sad for you. Who knows? Sweet. So you tell everybody with sound spirits, take out the green gem. Hearn, you were lit up, buddy, and then everyone else is on the scene with you. You've got a moment here to take action. What do you wish to do, Hearn?
I think we saw me with the blast, and I kind of went head over heels through the air. And as I've centered back up, I think that's when the sound spirit comes and informs me of this. And I will pull up my arm as we see one of my spears kind of come into being there. And I will level it forward and at great speed begin flying straight towards this thing's chest.
Fantastic. Sounds like a direct confrontation to me.
Okie doke. And that means I will roll. This is one of my better rolls. So I'm +3.
Oh my, you are
So
very
I got
good
a
at confronting.
14.
What? Of course, that's when someone rolls an 11. We have a +3. All right, on a 10 plus, you get to choose 2.
I will create an opening. And I will is there a take something from them that would work here?
their footing.
Ooh, that could be interesting.
Yeah, I would like to kind of the building they're trying to crush. I'd like to knock them back from the building.
Nice. I like that. Oh, and that's a very good question in chat. Do we want to move to coordinated effort for teamwork? So if the team brings coordinated tactics to a conflict or battle, the outcomes are different than when you're acting independently. So do we want to implement that on the next go and just
Yeah, maybe on next go it goes into that.
Yeah. Because
Cool.
I think this would be me moving into whack at it first.
Wonderful.
And then we'll start trying to set it up, I suppose.
All right, so you move, you throw that spear and follow forward. The thing is hit. Maybe you pin, like you take something from them. So you pin one of its arms into its chest, into its side with your spear. It's magical. So yes, this thing is tiny compared to it, but it is Hearn's magic that will work for a little bit, you believe, and will affect its determination. And it staggers back a step, which means that it's lets go of the building and you have taken it from them. However, you did not choose amongst those options the resist or avoid their blows.
It's true.
So it turns and the huge beam comes forward again, slams into you, and sends you flying back like you fly through a whole array of beach chairs. And please weather a blow.
All righty. Weathering a blow. I think I'm still with the same, so I'm rolling +1 and 4.
Perfect. You stand strong and get to mark XP and describe how you weather the blow. What does it look like?
Yeah, I think that as the blast hits me and we see me kind of slamming through the chairs into the sand, I hit that classic superhero pose, my hand dragging through the sand, my feet building it up behind me as I come into the crouch and then stand back up, looking intimidating and nonplussed.
Nice. Dun, 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 dun. We have that resounding music of oh, it's on now. We quickly cut to Blossom as you and Blue Orchid are trying to do this new high-low thing, which you guys have just figured out now. No one else has ever done this in comics, so good job. Proud of you. Go ahead. It sounds like a direct confrontation for you, but I will let you roll with a +1 because you're getting help from Blue Orchid.
Okay. I'm just going to check one thing, which is I don't think I'm smashing through scenery.
I mean, we can always work that
choosing
through.
A gap in the.
Okay. If you want to
there's
say you're smashing through scenery, I will stick some scenery in the way for you.
I feel like she's trying to build up speed. She's going for the path of least resistance.
Okay. Because there happen to be some cars that you could smash through on your way if you so wished.
I mean, she has some car-themed ideas for later if need be, but at the moment.
No. Okay.
She's
All
just
right.
trying to get it, maybe get it on the floor. Charging in, full speed, thunderous steps as she's building up speed before her leap. And then I think even like as she takes off the ground, you can see like the roots kind of extending and pushing.
Nice.
Like adding like almost like a spring to it. But let's see what that actually does. Direct confrontation. So 2. No, what advice beyond that? Yeah. 10.
Right. Oh, a 10. Wonderful. You get 2 options.
Yes, I do. I'm not overconfident. Oh, yeah. I'm going to resist or avoid their blows.
Good call.
I feel like I their focus is somewhere else. And take something from them. Their balance.
Nice. Ah, sweet. So yeah, with Hearn's attack and your follow-up, as well as Blue Orchid coming up, and he was not fast enough to keep the beam from hitting Hearn, but he does clock it on the side, and you can see like a little Blue Orchid fist-sized dent. Not much for it to worry about, but enough to where it starts to topple backwards and then falls backwards into the sand. All kinds of sand up in the air, and it's like a mist now. And I'm curious, Oscuro, you've had a moment to collect yourself. You see that everyone else is in a pitched battle. What do you do?
I think this thing is falling. That is good. I think what I want to do is there's a picture, right? I wonder, this thing doesn't have ears, but it has these weird outcroppings there.
It does.
I think what I want to do is I want to get on its head and maybe get close to the red jewel, because it worked last time with the green one doesn't mean it always has to. And being on its head might enable me to do something interesting. So I will try to get on its head, and then I will, when I'm up there, I will try, since it's falling, that is good and helpful. I think I'll just attack it with the sound sprites, like in a boomy noise. But I need to get onto it, I feel, for that to have an effect. So
like jump up onto his chest after it hits the ground. And
yeah.
Is it a like guitar stroke?
Yeah.
Or are you doing?
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
You see all these sound sprites like surging forward like a tidal wave. Let's have you directly confront.
Yeah.
Which is confidence.
Confidence, right?
Only a -1 on that.
Well, then I'm rolling flat.
Okay.
Is this setting up the not spike but volley?
Yeah. Do we want to? Do you want to have one go and then we start doing teamwork moves, Sabine? Is that what you want?
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Everybody
that
got one
seems-
individual. Then we're teamwork next round.
Okay. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, it doesn't go. It's a 2.
Man. Oh man. Oh man. All
Yeah,
right.
I need all these XP.
Sweet. I think what happens here is, boom, and the sound comes forward and it batters and slams into this thing. But perhaps it just has some kind of audio dampeners, or that's not part of a century. So it just is impervious to this kind of harm. Perhaps
Damn.
it is not weak to your strength, but it reaches up and flicks. Oh, can't with this. Left hand's bad. So it could smash, but I think what it does is flick you aside, and you go slamming into the sand as it starts to stand up again.
Okay.
And I think I'd like you to weather a blow.
And I'm rolling with +2 in this case because my trust is at -2. Let's see if I can roll snake eyes again. No, this time I roll well. So wow.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Dang it. All right. An 11 means that we take a look at our weather a blow options. On a 10 plus. Choose one of the following. You must remove yourself from the situation. You lose control of yourself or your powers in a terrible way. 2 options from the 7 to 9 list.
Yeah, I think I'll go with 2 options from the 7 to 9 list. And I think the foe gains an opportunity, and you can shift one of my tracks by 1.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I want to push to some recovery and also put the mechanics through a ringer. So I'm going to shift your confidence to a -2.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. That is
Neat.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I think you might become the saddest member PC of the crew.
I can you can the next time you get shift one of my things down, it resets to 0. So
It's true. That's true. You can't you're at the bottom. This bottom rung, but there's only up. Sweet. So and you did the shift the track, and the foe gains an opportunity, which means that this thing stands back up, reaches and wrenches its arm free from the thing that was pinning it. And now we are to engaging teamwork moves. So I think when the team commits to a strategy, the players should choose someone to kick off that strategy. The person will start with the momentum. Who do you guys want to start off with the mo?
I have no team. So me doing sets is not going to help much.
Blossom and Skiro both have 1 team.
you want to set this up?
Yeah. By the way, what was the opportunity that the gigantic Titano?
Oh, that's true, because you took something away from and got an opportunity. Yeah, I think the opportunity that you have is that you, Blossom, notice.
No, what was the because didn't the because the
It
weather
gained
the
an
blow,
opportunity.
it gained an opportunity.
Yes,
a
I
focus.
gave it more determination.
Oh, okay.
It recovered a determination that had lost.
Okay.
Okay.
So what's it doing, by the way, at the moment?
It has stood up and is now in its titanic 30.5-meter tall girth, going for that building yet again, which you notice is the Atlantica City First National Bank. It looks like it wants to just rip it up. Yeah, you should commit to a strategy.
Okay, and where is Obscuro on the?
Oscuro's on the beach, not far away.
Okay.
Blue Orchid is flying and trying to return to the fight. He's landed a few blows. Does not look like he's had much success.
Okay, well, I'm like yelling at the giant robot trying to get attention. I don't know if that might not be working at all, but I'm going to follow that up by picking up the most stupidly large vehicle that isn't like a bus and javelining it towards that big crystal that's
Awesome.
I mean,
yes, it
as
is an
Kira said,
SUV. That sounds good.
take out the big gem thing.
Ooh, not an SUV. It's a giant truck, so that when you throw it, we see the front and it says Ram, right? Because that amuses me. So that is the thing that you're throwing. Please. So you're going to be directly confront, and you're also serving.
Yes. So I'm giving team, I think. No.
So when the first person to have the momentum takes action, they may serve. If they do so, they pass the momentum to another player of their choice and may spend a team to add one to the momentum.
I will do that.
Okay. So momentum is now 1. And go ahead and roll to directly
confront. +2, because it's daring, isn't it?
It is daring indeed.
And I will just kind of take 1 second to the kind of crowd around this vehicle who are nearby. I'm like, if this is yours, I'm sorry. And
nice.
I got an 11.
Wonderful. With an 11, you get to choose 2. Resist or avoid their blows, take something from them, create an opening, impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
I want to surprise the opposition or impress.
Okay.
And the other thing I think will be create an opening.
All right. Fantastic. So you create an opening. And then to whom have you passed momentum to?
I think it's going to be Hearn, because I mean he got up again from that last laser beam. He must be nearby.
He is indeed.
And if you want something thrown at a giant crystal, there's not many better.
Okay. Now let's walk through this before we move to Hearn. You impressed, surprised, and created an opening, correct?
I didn't.
You did not resist her. Yeah, that's the part that I always have to remind myself. In this one, I don't automatically do damage, but I do have the opportunity to do damage. I think what happens is when you hit it with the truck, it sees that you are strong enough to do that. It is impressed, and so it, while taking a step back, will flail its foot out and kick you, which I think need to weather a blow. Yeah,
I think I do.
Gone to the well many times, but I do like that move. It's fun. You are rolling +1 because you're trusted to 1.
Yeah, and I think there might have a move that, or I might be wrong. No, I could have chosen a move that would have affected this. I didn't. +1. Okay, rolling. An 8.
An 8. So on a 7 to 9, you choose the foe gains an opportunity. I shift one of your tracks, or you lose a relevant touchstone.
Shift a track.
Shift a track. This thing kicks you. You bounce a couple times and slam your back right into another SUV. You're just a truck SUV. You're pulling a China shop. I am going to take your confidence down by 1. This thing, even though it might be impressed by you, now maybe that's only made it worse. It might be focusing on you. And you hear that humming again too. It's lower, but you hear it.
I'm just trying to shake you off.
Now we've passed it off to Hearn. Hearn, you see that this thing has been hit with the truck. You see that the gem is cracked just a little bit more. In fact, a piece of the gem falls off and slams into the asphalt, breaks like, hard rock candy.
All right. I'm going to ask, well, I have this idea, but first I want to ask, I'm looking here at safeguard. Can someone or something from an immediate threat roll of power? For NPC threats, and then I get what colon there, whatever. This means, does she mean threats on an NPC or threats from an NPC? I mean, it's from an NPC, right?
When you defend someone or something from an immediate threat, roll of power. For NPC threats, on a hit, you keep them safe and choose one. And for PC threats, on a hit,
oh, is there? Okay.
Yeah, there's a beneath the bulleted there after overburden is for PC threats, and I'm going to actually add a little space there to try to make that a little clearer. And
okay.
Does that help?
So for
after
PC
I hit enter
threats on a hit, give them -2 to their roll. I suppose my question is this big thing an NPC threat?
Yes, it is an NPC threat.
Okay, that's exactly what I was wanting to hear. So I'm on that track.
Yes.
I know that it's a gem, even heard, I think, and Maxwell's hugging in his head. Hearn, gems are affected by sonic powers. We must absolutely get Obscuro there where they can most effectively work here. And as he's saying this, Hearn will look over at you, Obscuro, and say, friend Obscuro, come, I will lead the way through. You can take this thing. Oh, he wouldn't say out. You can vanquish this foe. And I will, at great speed, move over and kind of grab you and lifting us up. I'm attempting to safeguard opening the path to get Obscuro to the gym. Seem fair? That seemed like a good thing? Okay. So I roll with power. I shall roll with power. But that is also a trust, so I'm -1, but I'm +1 with power. So that gives me a flat roll. I shall roll.
Okay.
I got an 11.
Nice. Woo. On a hit, you keep them safe and you get to choose one.
I will give a teammate an opportunity as I move through, and I think probably as I'm coming in, it flails with that arm, and I kind of am holding it, and we can see that Hearn's actually struggling because his power is starting to wear low in the sunlight here. But as I stand there to give you the moment, I fling you, Obscuro, and I am setting you.
Perfect. And you do not have to spend a team because you don't have a team to spend, but you can set, and that sounds awesome. So you now have one momentum passed to you, Obscuro. You may volley. Oh, you're set, which means that the player gets the momentum after a set, must spike as their next action. And it sounds like things have been set up for Obscuro to try to use your sonic powers to drive this thing out.
Okay. Since it's humming, right? You said that there was a hum.
Yes, you also hear the hum.
Mm-hmm. And that's coming from that thing, just to be clear.
Yes, it is coming from the robot. Thank you for asking me for clarification.
Okay. I think what I will try to do with this volley is I will try to use my powers. Getting that gem, I tried that. It didn't work, so I need to do something different. But what I want to do is use my powers to interfere with the internal operations of this machine.
Nice.
Right? Because, I mean, it's humming, so I can probably counter hum at it.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
And I've been set up for that. And if I counter hum into this gem, that is also already into the cracks of this gem that Blossom created, that might actually work a little better.
Okay, so let's have you roll the spike move, which is on the teamwork moves tab.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to roll with the momentum pool, which is unfortunately 1.
Mm-hmm.
You can spend a team before you do so to add 1 to the momentum pool, which would make it rolling +2.
I will do that. I have 1 team left, and I think that is a good use of that, so that I can roll with reduce that, and I roll with that. Yes. Let's see how that goes. It's an 8. Wow.
Okay, on a 7 to 9, choose 1. You can run a villain out of determination. Someone gets a team back, your choice. Shift your confidence or trust.
I think in this case, I will run out the villain out of determination, because I don't think we've made much of an impression before.
Yeah, so what does it look like as you shatter that gem and some of the innards inside this titanic robo?
Okay, I land there. And I have my guitar. It's a bit of an awkward stance, so I can't really play it because I have to hold myself, right? So I think I sing at it, right? And I think
cool.
I'll sing Wrecking Ball. That feels appropriate, right? Yeah, and while I sing, I use the sonic sprites to go into that, and the crack will widen and shatter even more, and the hum will kind of harmonize with my voice, which is not very good for the robot.
Not very good at all. It takes a step back. It like the leg buckles a little bit. Blue Orchid flies in, punches it a couple of times, but really it's what you're doing to the thing's chest. So you see some of the metal start to crink in, and we see some electric sparks that come out, and the thing falls backwards once more into the sand and the beach, and a couple of the waves splash against its horny head. And I think the person who kicked all this off will be Blossom. So we'll circle around to you, Blossom. What do you do?
Well, I mean, I just saw that. I mean, I knew Oscuro was in the robot or chest cavity or whatever. So, yeah, I run, leap onto the chest to Oscuro. You like looking in. I don't know. Maybe I see him as I'm approaching.
Yeah. It's oil and everything, sparks all around, and the dark figure of Oscuro is there amidst the shadows, hidden away from the sun's light.
Hand to pull them into the lights.
Mm-hmm.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Oh,
yes. Let me reiterate that. Yes, I'm fine.
Perfect.
Oh, wow, that was.
Couldn't have done it without the cracks you put in there. Or without her flying me up here.
Team effort. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Look back at the beach. Did it actually grab a hold of that building? Did
It
it?
had grabbed hold of it. So you see these like bits where the stone had all been pulled free when it stepped away, but the building's still standing. And there are a bunch of people, like police cars where everyone had been pulled back, and the two of you are standing on top of this thing. People start giving out a cheer. You've heroically saved the beach front. And I'm curious, Hearn, after you delivered Oscuro, what are you doing? You see the two of them.
Is it out?
It appears to be out. Unless you wanted to, I don't know, assess the situation or
Purely
purely
from a mechanic standpoint. We drove it out of momentum, but we have not KO'd it. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
Blossom totally assumes it's done. She's winding down.
I think as it's laid out, and I had gotten Obscuro there. I think as it flailed, we saw Hearn get slung off to the side and sort of smash into where the beach and the seawall is. There'd been the smash of that. And that's when I think that, from the mess of that and kind of obscured by all the sand and stuff that comes up, we see Maxwell come running out. Because I think that this is the point where I've run out of juice. I'm in the sunlight. I'm out of juice.
Nice.
As
I like
Maxwell is running out towards Blossom and Obscuro going, "It's not finished. Finish it. You must finish it."
And that's when its hand comes and it tries to grab the two of you and shove it inside itself. Blossom, you're big and strong enough to do something about that. Well, what would you like to do?
I'm going to steal Hearn's move. I think I'm going to be like just trying to hold the fist open so it doesn't just crush us, and like with the skewer in the middle to like do something. Well, I'm just like holding his fingers back.
And Obscuro, you have been pulled up, but you're still there, like kind of like you're halfway out of a pool type.
I roll a safeguard or
yeah, let's have you roll to safeguard Blossom. But as you're rolling those dice, Obscuro, you hear echoing from inside this thing's carapace.
You're going to die.
With a +2, I got XP.
You got an XP. Awesome. Both of you are shoved inside this thing. And that's where it's completely dark for just a moment. And then you see this red countdown: 7, 6, 5. Obscuro, what do you do?
Oh, wow. This is some kind of bomb, I think, right? So what am I going to do? I think assess the situation would take too long. I think what I have to do here, I mean, we could either try to escape, but that would leave the people on the beach kind of. But I will try to disarm the bomb. I will try to safeguard the people, because I have no idea how to disarm a bomb. I will probably just shout some harmonics at it.
Okay, yeah, just trying to destroy the whatever mechanics are holding this thing together.
Right.
Awesome.
Right. That probably won't work, but I will try my best. I'm rolling with -2.
I'm probably awkwardly kind of getting up again to a sitting position and just like clocking that there's a bomb. That's
it's a 6.
That means.
But maybe you can help me. But you don't have team, right? Do you have to have team? Or do you roll for this?
Teamwork moves. We talked about this before. Helping out. When you help someone out, describe how you're doing it and roll with team. You have a team of 0. So you can roll flat.
That would be very nice.
And that's not offer support. That's
only one person may help with 1 roll. So this is it. Roll flat.
Yeah. Okay. I'll roll flat, and maybe I could just crush in my hand the thing that you point at, and that'll help.
Yeah.
Because
we're trying brute force. This is brute force right now.
Yeah.
What we're trying to do.
I've never defused a bomb or dealt with bombs. That's not usually my stick. So Okay.
We had a class at Shepherd's, but I missed it. Let's be.
I got a 10. I just like, okay, what do I smash? Tell me what to smash.
It's amazing. Okay. So you were trying to safeguard. This is an NPC threat. You've been pushed to an 8, which means you don't get your XP. Ooh. But you get to choose one. but it
Mhm.
costs you. Expose
Mhm.
yourself to danger or escalate the situation.
I think I'll expose myself to danger. And sorry, Blossom, I think I'm exposing you to danger as well.
Sweet. Okay.
Out the gig.
No, just so we're clear, on a hit, you keep them safe and you can choose one. On a 7-1, you choose one, but it costs you. So if you decide, no, I'm just going to keep people safe, I just want you to know that's an option. I'm not telling you to do it. I just don't want anyone to later go, wait, I could have just done this. So are you good with choosing that option and then taking the exposed to danger? Because I have an idea. But I'm also okay if you just stop the bomb.
I think I will stop the bomb. That is the priority,
Okay.
right?
You're going to stop the bomb either way. Just so we're
Oh,
clear.
okay. Okay. But I also
And
get to
Blossom will
choose
do
one of
whatever it
these.
is you tell her to do.
Yeah,
help
you've
out.
stopped the bomb. What
Mhm.
I'm saying is, if you want to give a teammate an opportunity, make sure someone make someone you protect a touchstone or shift your confidence or trust, then you're both going to be exposed to danger or escalate the situation.
Okay. I think in this case, I will give Blossom an opportunity, or maybe I will give her an opportunity because he's out there. He has maybe more opportunities to. Oh no, not her, Maxwell.
Yeah,
Maxwell. Maybe he can do something to safeguard, basically.
I've got a pitch for how Blossom helps them. If this
okay.
Literally, like, you point out what the actual explosive thing that's going to explode is. I grab it and then just with my hand just go smash through the side of the thing. So my hand is sticking out of the robot holding a bomb, ready for somebody to take it. If Hearn's got any juice left in him, or Maxwell has to take a bomb and do the whole Batman.
Yes.
Yes.
I think we've referenced more than once in this campaign.
Yes. Yes, I love that.
At least more than once now.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you keep people safe. I just want to make sure, like, I love this thing, but I don't want to violate the move. The move keeps people safe. So do we think that maybe the bomb itself is stopped on that ticker, like it's down at the 1, but you still have to dispose of it because it has a bunch of hazardous material? Are we good with that? Okay, cool. So from a mechanical thing, this KOs the robo. Blossom, you slam your fist through. Maxwell, you're running along the beach. You scream this out. You see the blue orchid like tried to portal in there to help out, but he's too slow. And then you see the bomb, Blossom like shoving it through, I guess extending with your
wincing in the inside. Not at the pain of shoving it through, but at the, is this about to explode in my hand?
And a football-sized thing is dropped into your hands, Maxwell. What do you do?
All right. You
got it?
Yeah. Quite. Yes. I do. Orchid, can you open a portal?
He drops in, then he opens a portal. Please be careful. Toss it through, and he immediately closes the portal, and we don't see it explode. Great work, guys.
Oh my. Are you all right in there?
I'm fine.
We're fine. Give me a moment. The hand tries to like pull open that side.
Cool. And that feels like a good cut scene. Yeah, I like that. Awesome. Let's take a quick bio break before we finish things up. All right, we are back. So we pick up, some time has passed. Do you guys want the next scene to be on the beach, talking to people, possibly getting interviewed, or do you guys retreat from this? Maybe Orchid opens a portal, although I'm curious if Blossom, you go through it. So I definitely want to answer that question. But where would you guys rather have the next scene? Where do we pick up?
I am all for folks getting your image up. Obviously, Maxwell is going to be
Slinking
zipping
off
on out.
I feel like none of us are the ones who want to be in front of a camera.
No, police will
I
come
think
by
out
and
of all of us, I think, Hearn would be the most willing to be, and probably the
That'd
worst.
be the worst.
But the most willing to be in front of a camera.
Foolish mortal journalists, I have done my duty. Be gone from me.
Do we want to jump into the possibility of some B plot moves?
Yeah.
I could totally see Blue Orchid saying, you guys go on. They're going to have questions. And he'll stand back and he'll do the PR duty.
Yeah,
which,
of course. Yeah.
Which he does not seek out. Like, this is not a, I'm doing the fun thing, guys. It's more of a, I will accept.
Burden of leadership on his world-weary
He's not too weird.
teenage shoulders.
That's right. His young, sculpted, smooth shoulders. All right. So that's how they draw him, guys. Okay. All right. So let's. I'd love it to continue to be a group scene because I love having the three of y'all together. We've got Maxwell now instead of Hearn. Oscuro. Yeah.
I think wherever it is, I think Blossom would have her phone out, and because I might be introducing headcanon that we don't want, but I feel that the network that we kind of work for, there must be some sort of insurance, and I feel she's got the app where she kind of marks down the things that she's either thrown or been thrown through. I mean, luckily SUV is already in there, so she's just, plus 2 SUVs. One I was thrown through, one I threw.
through a truck.
Yeah, I just marked down, the street corner where it was taken from, color.
It'll be fine. It's rammed up.
I missed that, sorry.
Sorry, it's the commercial for the truck.
Yes.
Rich said it was a ramp.
I got it.
So
I got it.
It's ramped up.
I think do you remember what the color of the SUV was?
What color do you like?
I think it was Silver Blossom.
I think so too.
Yeah. And I pull out like a little bit of metal out of my foliage. It's like, and you're red for the other one, yeah.
We should perhaps make our way as we begin moving quickly off.
Yeah.
I'm kind of pulled my collar up a little and Blossom, where would you like to go, my dear girl?
Well, not here. Distant flashing lights from photography, not here.
I know a very nice bar. And I could use a bit of libation.
Okay then. Yeah.
Obscuro, can I buy you a drink?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind a drink. I've got thrown around enough today.
Then I'll suggest we go to the group therapy.
I was hoping you were headed that way. That sounds fun. Sweet.
And Oscuro looks at you like, what?
It's a bar near campus.
Oh, okay.
I just got out of therapy.
Cool. I actually did. So yeah, I'll put my hoodie down and and kind of de-customize, whatever the word for that would be.
There's a little look at the ease which you just are able to just back into society. I don't say anything though. So I'm just getting in my sad Blossom moments.
I think I pulled out my phone. I will wipe sand off of it as I arrange for an Uber, but it's like I've gone ahead and asked for it to be like someone with a van, where you could suggest what type it is, but big enough that Blossom can get in and set it up for a couple of blocks away from the beach.
You guys like go through some alleyways and wind your way through the crowds that are celebrating the great victory that you don't want credit for. And then you dive into an Uber black van. And we have the like cartoon of it just lowering a little bit when Blossom gets in. The guy looks back like, oh, no wonder you want a van. Slam the door close.
I'll give him the address towards the university, please.
You guys have something to do with that on the beach?
Us? Oh, my gracious, no.
Why do you ask?
Covered in sand?
Oh, well, caught in the blast, sir. Just caught in the blast. Fortunately, those heroes came along. Good folks, them.
Yeah.
I put the hoodie part over my hair a little bit more, and just kind of try and look small.
I'll just pull my hood off the hoodie up too, and just like.
You guys use that Jedi mind trick of pulling a hood up. No one can tell.
It's the old Marvel superhero disguise: hood, sunglasses. Nobody will ever recognize you.
Ball cap with no logo on it. It's the Captain America incognito. That's great. That's fine. I will not tear you any further. The Uber driver is discreet. And so good rating. Please.
Absolutely.
And
I will give him 5 stars and a hefty tip.
Nice. He will keep his mouth shut. Give us a brief group therapy. Is this our first scene in a while?
I don't think we've been there before.
Okay, good. Yeah, we had the setup for Jax, and I love her, and I can't wait to have a scene with this heavily tattooed and interesting bartender at group therapy. But give us, what's the first impression that we get when the three of you walk into group therapy?
It is a college bar. So there is the smell of alcohol. It is not a tidy place, and it's got like music playing, and there's probably a few folks there. And to bring it back to my own college bar group therapy, they have this enormous wheel that's kind of offset to the side with a pointer on it that you could spin, and wherever it stops is where someone has to do a shot. And kind of like a table that you spin with the pointer to make a shot. But I'll kind of wave to Jax as we head to the back, which is an open patio area. And it's a little less claustrophobic and a little, it's more open, and honestly, even though it's open and outside, it's a more discreet area than the bar itself. I admit, friends, that I might be a trifle old to be coming here with students, but there's something about the place that just, it gets my blood flowing. Yeah, Jack should have us a few drinks. We do have a number of students of unusual requirements. Blossom, is there anything you might be interested in? You're muted, my love.
Jug of water?
Absolutely.
Jug of water. It's great.
I think I would like something with honey in it.
Of course. A mead or a nice toddy.
I think a toddy would be better. Sorry.
And I'll speak to Jax as we go by, and I'll
Ooh.
get my normal triple scotch. And as we head back there, we could find a little spot with the sun on us. Well, I think all in all, that's a win for us, wasn't that? Yes, good show. I think we did quite well.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't fight this thing, but I went up against this thing in my school days. So
Oh, is that how you knew about the?
yeah.
That was a good call.
Tempest did that before. That's how I knew. I was just
You did it this time.
Right. And we would have had no idea without you. And then I'll say your entire Sonic portfolio was wholly useful all around. Bravo.
thank you.
Quickly want to insert, because the move's been triggered, Maxwell is 100% offering some support or comfort to
Yes.
Oscuro, and since you're -2 on both, I definitely want to make sure we trigger that move here. So go ahead and roll with humanity if you could. And it's a B plot, so it's not confidence or trust aligned. You just roll with humanity, which is flat for Hearn/Maxwell.
Right. Okay. So rolling. That's a 7.
All right. On a hit, they hear you. You get to choose one, Oscuro. You can mark XP. You can become one of their touchstones, or you can if you open up, they can shift one of your tracks. Oh man, the pronouns on this really fuck me up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. I wonder if I want to take the XP and take a move that would allow me to use my confidence as without the minus or plus.
Oh, hang on. I'm going to because I have the point, I will go ahead and spend my point from my always away to add another choice.
Ooh,
Since
cool.
that's what that does.
Oh, nice. Okay. Thank you. I will then use a mark XP and I open up to you and will shift one of my tracks. I will shift trust actually, because we did something for the people, right? That was kind of nice of us. I'll keep the confidence low because I don't know. It's nice, but
All right,
it doesn't.
cool. Sorry to
will,
jump in with a bunch of mechanics
Yeah,
talk. I just really
it's
wanted to
fine.
hit that.
Yeah, that's fine. I will take the other move then. But not now. I will answer this now. I will say yes. Thank you, Maxwell. Yeah. Couldn't have done it without you though.
Well, without her.
Yeah, well, I need to get more used to being thrown around though.
I am sorry that that Hearn rather had to make an early exit. He is remarkably quiet, though I'm sure he would be most full of celebration after our victory.
He's okay.
Of course he is. He will be his usual nuisance by nightfall, I'm sure.
Good to hear it.
Yeah, it's good to have him.
Yes. He is remarkable.
Yeah, but it's also good to have you.
Well, thank you. I'm glad that I provided some little bit of help.
Sorry about that. I had a so did you guys ask me a question in that brief second?
No,
we mattered at each other.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Sorry.
I
Good.
think,
So yeah.
Maxwell was trying to vie for the saddest.
Oh
He was trying to encroach on the territory.
man, it's neck and neck. It's almost a dead
the
heat.
feeling of. Not pulling his
Jax
weight
comes
there.
out. Jax Harper, who's bottle blonde, I think maybe bottle blonde looks like from the eyebrows. Bottle blonde with a lot like full sleeves, tattoos. She's wearing a scoop neck, and you can see she's got a tattoo along her chest, and even some up on her neck, piercing septum. But she's all smiles. Like even though there's a lot of hard edge to the exterior, her face seems like she's genial. And even though she's the bartender, she's come out here to the deck because, her and Maxwell, you guys have chatted a lot. She comes out with a jug of water and place that in front of you. And then, what was it that Oscuro, you were getting a mead? Was that right? Or
Something with honey in it.
Like a toddy, yeah. Gotta.
and a toddy for the gentleman. And if you need anything else, please let me know. And her eyes linger on you for just a moment, Miguel.
Yeah, I
Before she-
try to retreat in the shadows a little. And let my hair fall over my face. I don't want to be recognized.
I think as she's turning away, if she is turning away,
Mhm.
I would be like, I don't think that had the intended effect, Miguel. Oh, I don't know if I've I think I say Miguel, and I don't know if I've like, I shouldn't be saying that. But
Shouldn't use his name.
I don't think I actually notice I say Miguel, and I'm saying it quietly anyway. So I don't think Maxwell would have heard.
It's fine if Maxwell would have heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
We're sitting together. It's fine.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at you like, okay, so okay.
I give a little grin at your. I think you might have an admirer.
I think she recognized me, so
No, she seemed to like you.
yeah, and not.
I'm like suddenly kind of going back through what I just said and like,
I
didn't.
yeah, maybe.
Sorry,
I used to have sleeves like that, but well, they're jealous, really.
I can lean in very close to Oscuro and trying to be very quiet. Like I'm not told anyone. Sorry, I thought if you wanted to talk about it, you'd have brought it up yourself. So
It was only a matter of time, really. And I'm looking over to Maxwell because I feel he's excluded from this conversation. I say, my name's Miguel Morales. I was in the band that caused the incident. So,
Oh.
well, we didn't
I-
cause the incident, but you know what I mean.
I do believe I heard a bit about that. I'm terribly sorry.
Well, it would have been a good concert otherwise. So
I'm sure. I heard you were quite popular.
we were, yes. Yes,
You
20,000
worked
people.
really good.
Yeah. And I'm drinking the toddy now. We were.
Did you have your powers before?
I was born with sorcerer's powers, but I didn't train them a lot. I just could do a little explosion with fire sprites. I did not have the powers that I have now before.
It was an inspiration. The incident.
Yeah, you could say that. I want to find the person who did that.
Sometimes bad things have unexpected results.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, maybe.
You've become
Maybe.
a very impressive young man.
Thank you.
And it wasn't because she recognized you.
No, I imagine it was that rather fetching hair toss. I
It
find
did
that,
seem slightly calculated.
yes, young ladies are all about that. Well, Blossom, would you say that that's the sort of attractive thing?
I'm just going to finish my drink.
I believe that young Bebop boy does that sort of thing, and all the girls are about it.
Maxwell, you're not into music at all, right?
Oh, absolutely. The classics, of course, and I have a bit of a fondness for jazz.
Yeah, I can tell.
Especially the smooth variety, and I'm a fan of flutes. Jazz flute. Hard to beat a good jazz flute. Although I'm sure you do quite well as well.
Blossom is just trying, like, I think there's like a grin behind so the water is kind of a bit spilling out, so she's like just downing this.
Have you heard of this gentleman Zamfir? He does a pan flute you would not believe. Oh, Hearn is quite a fan.
Oh, okay. My mother plays the flute.
Does he likes music?
Oh, absolutely, especially of the woodwind variety, or he has a bit of a percussion fondness. Drums, just mad for them.
Oh. I really wouldn't have expected that.
Well,
I think Oscuro takes his guitar. Just give me the second, just and plays the clarinet thing right from the Robin Hood show.
Oh, see now, that is quite lovely. And perhaps the two of you could duet. He does have some bit of range with that horn of his.
Oh.
Are we starting a band?
Oh my, I've always hoped I could be in a band. I did do a cappella in my days at college.
Right now I'm not fit to be in any kind of band. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, you could practice a bit.
That's not the problem.
Oh. I'm sorry.
I am devoted right now to finding the mastermind. Even though I would, as a musician, I would love to play a thing with her, but being in a band requires a little more effort.
I understand.
Dedication.
Could we do the kind of the comic book conversation across multiple scenes where the same conversation?
Oh, just like, I love it. I love it.
I wouldn't mind, like, because we never really got to doing a training scene. Ooh. And so could the same conversation just be with like Maxwell at the edge of the thing and me and Blossom in the ring? But the same conversation.
Blossom and Oscuro. Yeah, that sounds fun. It feels very Scott Pilgrim movie. I love that vibe. Yeah, so bam, you guys are training. And I did want to insert a particular thing. I think there's a point where, Oscuro, you're showing Blossom a particular few moves and you hear the soft vibration of your Miguel phone. I imagine you've got like burner phones and the like, but your Miguel phone is just vibrating a little bit as it sits on the edge of the ring that you have set up for training poor Blossom.
Okay, I'll stop the training and just look what my phone wants from me.
Cool.
I was just going to say, like, I'm talking about relationships. Professor, the lady.
The text, it says, let's see how to say. Good job taking down Titanic Robo, Miguel. And it is signed. I don't know if would you have an entry in your phone for Christian Cassiano, aka Flamingo of Next Level, or is it an unknown number?
If I think I would have an entry, right? I mean, if we know each other.
I think so too. I just want to make sure.
Yeah. Fine.
I'm curious, what did you put in there? Is it flamingo or Christian or?
I think Flamingo. I like that name for him.
Yeah. So it's from Flamingo. It says, looks like you took down Titanic Robo again. Good job.
I look at the phone. I sigh. Like, wow. It's my school buddy. I'll say to Blossom, he was part of the team that took the giant robo out the first time, right?
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. Apparently, I'm not incognito as much as I thought.
I swear I didn't.
No, it's not.
I
It's
never
not
said
your
anything to
fault.
anyone, not even Nana. Not that she.
It's not your
It's the
fault,
background.
Blossom. But I don't know. Oh well. There are not many sorcerers in the city.
Even fewer that use sonic powers. So yeah.
Yeah. And have a guitar. It's kind of easy to piece together who that is.
Yeah.
Quick question: is the guitar the same guitar from
No.
your band?
So
Okay,
it's sort of a burner guitar because I use them to hit people. Yeah, I mean, you use these to hit people and to kind of do stunts with them. They get broken a lot.
El Kabong, number 383. That was for Tyler.
Come on.
Sweet.
Uh-huh.
And as you guys have a break, Blossom, your phone rings. It's your Nana. She has your number, I assume, right?
Yeah. Is it calling or was it a message?
No, she's calling you. She doesn't do text messages.
Oh yeah,
Come
of
on.
course. Sorry.
What? It's a phone, honey. So, hey, darling. Hey, listen. Some people stopped by to talk to you. You're not coming home anytime soon, are you?
I'm out with friends.
All right.
Everything is everything okay?
Oh, everything's just fine. And you go ahead. I will let them know that you'll be back later.
Can I? Is the unmasked someone? Like I'm trying to figure out if there's some issue happening.
If you
like,
lift
any
up the someone's
underlying-
mask to see the person beneath, roll with humanity. Sure.
Yeah.
It's the perfect time to use that. That is a trust-based maneuver.
I think I'm flat on trust.
You're +1 on trust.
Oh, I'm +1 trust, but I'm flat on humanity. So I get that.
You're flat humanity. Yeah.
So I still get +1. Okay. I got a 7.
Sweet. On a hit, you get to ask a question. You get to ask one with a 7 to 9.
What do you want me to do?
She wants you to stay away.
Yeah, thanks, Nana. I'll call later.
All right, honey. I'll see you after a while. Have a good night. And I don't mind you spend the night. That's all right.
Okay.
Love you, darling.
Okay. Love you, Nana.
Click.
Everything all right, Blossom?
I think Nana might be in trouble or something. She didn't want me to go back home, but like there was a danger or something. But
you needed looked into, and I think as Maxwell says that, there's this moment that you kind of see this shadowy energy around him as he says it.
Is he changed?
No. It's more like, but you get the impression Hearn has woken up and is listening.
No.
Is she all right?
Like, I don't know. I mean, she was saying I should stay away. If I go, am I going to cause a problem? If I don't,
Maybe we can drive by and have a inconspicuous look at the place.
I don't really do inconspicuous looks. But if you could, kind of, if we go by and you could just check in, maybe.
Yes.
Sure. I'm pretty good at hanging around places and watching them. Not a lot of that.
Is this well, no, we probably don't need the Uber now because we're.
No.
Yeah, we can use the cool bus, the tour bus, the tour bus of sadness.
I mean, the tour bus is not a move anymore, but I still have it, so we can still use it.
That's right. You still have it, so you can still use it.
Mhm.
Awesome. Then we cut to the three of you with Oscuro. I guess you're driving the bus.
I guess.
Sun setting, right? So Maxwell, you feel Hearn calling to you, eager to come out. And Blossom, I imagine you're like looking as Oscuro drives by, and you see that there are a pair of police cars outside of your home.
I'm like kind of getting up to get out of the bus, but then like sitting back.
No.
And then you see the front door open, and your Nana walks out. And walking behind her, ducking because he's so tall, so ducking so he doesn't hit the entryway is. Well, here, a picture says 1,000 words. So here, I'll just show you a picture of the person that's arrested your grandmother.
Arrested?
Because she is in handcuffs. You see this individual. And he has his hand on her back, and he's guiding her down the steps and leading her towards his police car.
Is anything being said? I'm pretty sure Hearn is super hearing.
Oh yeah, totally. Super hearing. She's not talking. She meaning the Nana. She is keeping her mouth shut. However, the policeman is speaking. You know, it does not have to work this way. If only you would give me the information I need on the creature that was once your granddaughter.
I can't hear this, but I think if you rested a hand on Blossom's shoulder, and I think you can feel the kind of undulation of like roots across or musculature or whatever, and there's probably even like a tear of a thorn growing and just like shredding through one of the seats, and I think there's like that kind of bunching of muscles to Blossom is getting out of the bus in a second.
Shall we go and rescue her?
I mean, Blossom is getting up from the chair and is about to
This may not
open the door, locked or not. She's going to grab the handle and open it.
This may not be the right moment.
I stop and look and like,
may not be the worst moment.
This is unjust, Maxwell. Follow the lead of your allies and take vengeance on this.
I do address like Hearn when I turn towards Maxwell. I think, Hearn, what do you say? I'm going to
You're calling to Hearn.
Yeah.
Oh, harsh.
Hearn's assistants.
You're
And then
leapfrogging
then I
Maxwell.
open the
Or,
door and step out.
For a moment, you see Maxwell look very sad as you say that. And then in front of you, he begins to change.
Yeah.
And a howl resonates through the bus as Hearn appears. This injustice cannot stand.
Yeah, I clock that, and then I'm stepping out and walking across the street towards
Storm
this.
clouds above. It's growing darker outside. There's lightning starting to strike far away as Hearn steps out. Blossom, Skiro, it looks like it's about to be on. Are you all in on this?
I'm all in on this. Sure thing. I mean, cops arresting an old lady and this thing. And he called Blossom a creature. And I have a thing about that. Nobody calls my pets a creature.
Sweet.
So yeah, it's on.
So
it's
the three
on.
of you
It's
step
so
out of
on.
the bus into the street, and you see this guy actually. Remember, there were two cop cars. He gently does not shove, but like gently pushes her slightly away as he steps. I remember there being like a fenced-in front yard, like a chain link fence. You know, like he steps out onto the sidewalk, and there are a couple of regular plainclothes cops. Or not plainclothes, but like uniform cops are leading your Nana away as this guy turns to face the three of you, and I think we'll end with him saying, "Good, we can solve this crime immediately." And with that, he looks to you, Hearn, and says, "Hearn the Hunter, you are under arrest for the murder of," and he says the name of, I believe it was Jay, the
guy from the parking lot.
Yes, the guy from the parking lot whose name escaped me at the last possible moment. The murder of Jay Cornett. And with that, to be continued, because it's the right time to end it there with our end of session stuff. Cool. Let's go through our end of session stuff. That is on the B plot moves, if I remember correctly. Yes. At the end of a session, take a moment to reflect on how the events of the game went and what big changes happened or seemed to be on their way. Each of you will choose a teammate and ask them one of the following questions, which are listed on the B plot moves, starting around row 69, dude.
Ooh.
Can't help myself. Who wants to go first with the end of session question, and which teammate do you want to ask?
I can start.
Okay.
I will ask. I need a die. I don't have a die. Okay, I will ask Maxwell. Yeah, I will ask Maxwell. How did it affect the team this session?
Ooh. All righty. I think you affected the team a lot in a lot of different ways this session. I think that you got us the info we needed. I think and you ended up being part of the big spike for our win, but we also got to see some really cool Obscuro kind of taking lead moments, which was nice. We got a really cool scene there at the bar, which I enjoyed a lot, with Obscuro opening up. I thought that was really nice. So I feel like that this was an Obscuro not only being a part of the team, but kind of pulling the team together. And even here at the end, there was let's get in the band and find out. And here's Nana in trouble. That's a problem for all of us. So I think this was a really big Obscuro is a part of the team and bringing the team into cohesion. So I can shift something. Ooh, I love shifting things. I think I'm going to shift trust up by 1. Oh, I can't. Oh, yeah, I can. I'm sorry. I was looking at Sinash. I was going, oh, that's all right, too. But Obscuro is at 0. Yeah, I could shift that up.
You went from -2 all the way up to 0 now? That's good.
Yeah.
Good recovery.
Mhm.
Excellent. Now it would either be Tyler or Alex.
Yeah, I've kind of got a feeling of what the answer is going to be, but I feel like I kind of want to hear it from them. How did I affect you this session, Maxwell?
Oh. There at the end, you
my
threw
God.
me away. I mean, you. I think that there's a whole bunch of session that goes on, but for Maxwell, there at the end, it's a betrayal. In the end, you knew how that would go, and you were willing to do it to my face. And it hurt him. It hurt
in any
Maxwell.
other situation. She wouldn't have done that.
Mm-hmm. It hurt
then,
Maxwell. Especially with the, I wasn't able to help. I'm glad I could do a little something, but Hearn was like, and then here at that moment.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Oh,
yeah.
Hearn,
Oh,
what
no.
do you think? And
man.
so yeah, you hurt Maxwell.
Yeah.
Hearn loved it though. So but
Yeah.
from Maxwell, I'm dropping your trust by 1.
Yeah, that's appropriate. That was. Yeah, well, I'll save that.
I'm
for
glad
stars.
I
I'll save that
knew
for
kind of
stars.
the answer, but I'm glad I could be made to feel worse by actually hearing it.
Tyler,
I'll flip a coin. Or roll a die. Alex.
By the way, no one's changed my trust already yet.
I haven't.
Okay.
Yeah, I think people shouldn't touch anybody else's.
Yeah, I
trust.
don't screw with other
I
people's
didn't want
things.
to. I wasn't sure what my stat was.
Yeah, I didn't
before,
change
so I
you, Sabine. I haven't changed you, Alex.
Yeah, and I saw Sabine made the change for their character.
Okay.
So
So Alex, I rolled you, and
Okay.
I'm going to ask from Hearn's standpoint.
Okay.
How did I affect the team?
I mean, you are usually the one who comes in with the overwhelming, frightening force, and the very straight to the point, at the heart, But you were like you're a big team player this session, like safeguarding, like getting Obscuro, and thinking not that he doesn't think tactically, but thinking thoughtfully, being thoughtful in the situation, I think is the right word I'm looking for. And getting the right person in the right position and protecting them to get there. And yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Shift worse me. The next one.
How you shifted me, Alex?
Oh, okay, yeah. This is I think that confidence I'm putting up. I mean, It might not be both of you, but part of you is very confident at the moment, I think.
All right.
It should be.
Thank you.
All right. And I think I'm going to save into story arc when everybody's here.
Yes,
I have this tendency to, it sounds really ego stroking for me to say Claremontonian, but like I will plot like we did the thing with the robot, but I'm immediately introducing the cop coming after things. So end of a story arc is subjective in these kind of things.
Yeah, it was a fight, but not an arc.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. And I also feel like there's been some other story, and I want to make sure that Jen and Shinnok are able to partake in that. So we will forego end of story arc, which means we'll jump straight to stars and wishes. We start with wishes so that we can end with stars. Who'd like to go first?
Can I request 3 minutes?
Of course. Let's take a break.
Thank you.
And we're back. Who'd like to go first for wishes?
I will if we're starting with wishes, I did really kind of hope to get a chance to see Ms. Coswell. I was setting up a little bit of Maxwell with his drinking there, and I think Maxwell's actually hurt. In a physical sense, I think that her going out, I think Maxwell's actually hurt.
Ooh, interesting.
And we then got that shift over into Hearn, which sort of alleviates that thing. So my wish is to show the consequences of what happens in these things to Maxwell. I want there to be the clear distinction of heroing is not kind to Maxwell.
Love it. Love it. A lot. That's really cool. Cool. Any other wishes?
No, I think that gets it, because that's a big point, I think, of showing the duality.
I think so too. The consequences are felt by the human. Harsh, but appropriate. Cool. Who is would like to go next with wishes?
I can go next.
Okay.
Easy one. Jen being here.
Oh, easy one indeed.
I'll nab that easy one. I mean, this had a lot of the things that superheroes having sad moments. It had those. We got to have a big smashing thing. Maybe just even more little. I mean, when it's 3, don't want to split off into 2s. Session, but so yeah, just the same thing from before, like that kind of small, one-on-one moments mixed in. But I wouldn't have wanted to do it this session with 3.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, Sabine.
I think I'm willing to let this play out. This is super interesting. I wonder what will happen with this police bot guy. He seems like a villain. Maybe I want to take him on one time or another, because punk and all that stuff. Yeah, but otherwise I'm fine. I also wish to have Shinnok back.
Yep. And since he didn't say it, Tyler doesn't want Shinnok back, so we'll just keep that in mind. You saved the easy one for later. Sweet. Let's stay with you.
Everyone
Sabine.
else is picking low-hanging fruit.
You went last with wishes. You get to go first with stars, Sabine.
Okay, yeah, stars to everyone. This was a fun session. Good fight. I liked all of it. I liked the interplay in the fight where we all were acting together as a team. I liked that Maxwell took us to his favorite bar afterwards, and I love Blossom's reaction to when her grandma was like, "No, everything's fine, everything's fine." Yeah, thank you. And also a star for Blue Orchid for being there and talking to the public. Thank you very much. And portaling people where they needed to go, portaling the bomb where it needed to go. So yeah,
I'm glad that worked for y'all. I was very nervous because GMPC stuff, I have damage from other games. So it's like, do I really want to do this? But yes, I need to.
No,
So
it was well done.
Thank you. Alex.
Destroying the heart of the robot with Wrecking Ball, the song.
Yes, that was great.
The mental image of that was great. I also really like just the situation of being shoved inside and just like, oh, there's a bomb. Oh no, what do we do? Maxwell winning the saddest character MVP, even with the whole Nana in danger. That I'll just end with that kind of cliffhanger swerve, like, as well, to arresting Hearn was
yeah, good stuff. Tyler, do you have any stars?
I do. This was everything in the family size of Doritos. This was phenomenal. I like that we end up at the end with the consequences of my role at the beginning. That I recognize what you got there. That was very good, Rich. That was gorgeous. I loved how we interacted. I thought there was we were a pretty good team in the fight, but seeing us outside of it was really sweet. We clearly care about each other, and that was nice. I liked all the cool things we're not exactly the most well-oiled machine of a fighting team. That is not yet where we are, but we were effective, and that was nice to see. And I, bringing in Nana being the one in danger, there are very few on our plate that would so easily galvanize us. And then Alex, you stabbed me right in the heart. I mean, that was gorgeous. That was perfect. When you did it, even Tyler felt a moment of, oh, that's good. Because I mean, it was so well done. It perfectly played into what we had going. Hearn was no doubt going to go with what you were wanting. And Maxwell knew it was a bad idea what we would do here. So it was so perfectly done. And then to have, obviously this poor lady being arrested to pull out Hearn, and us having trouble with the police. We've always been a little on the edge of vigilante rather than established heroes. It could very easily turn to the other side of vigilante, not even close to hero very soon. And I think that's interesting. And of course, I love is it a robot cop? Almost maybe a robo cop, if you will. So glad to see that. Stellar, Rich. Stellar run.
Thank you. I have a few stars as well. I remembered to write them down. We've already beaten the asking for her into death, but I will just, yes, that. Alex, so good. The flute talk, it just hit me. It was so, I had to mute myself. I lost it. I was horse laughing. I tittered, I giggled. It was so, and Tyler, it was so, like, it would just getting me with the flute humor. It was so funny. It was great. Really, really made me laugh. And it was so fun to do that after this like Titanic fight where you guys almost got blew up to like, it's just great refreshing bit. And there was a subtle bit, Sabine, that you did that I really liked after the no, Jax Harper isn't into me. I need to be more hidden away. No, love is not for me at all. And then Miguel's reaction to the text from Flamingo was really touching. Like it was good and subtle, and I read more into it than I don't know, but I really liked it. It made me super happy to see that reaction of like, no, he's not trying to run from all emotion, just maybe not that one. It was so cool. I really liked that a lot. So thank you for that. According to the calendar, we will have a full boat next week when we continue our Power Beyond Doubt. We will see what Shinnok has been up to before you guys face off with the robotic cop, automated police person. I don't know. We'll see what we call them.
Shinnok is going to be so disappointed if we kill the police.
You killed the police and I wasn't there? No, probably not the reaction that you'll get. Cool. Thank you all so much. And thanks everybody for watching. This has been fun and I look forward to more. With that, I'll stop the recording.